How's it going? Welcome to video number 4. I decided to turn the flash off on my camera, because it was really blinding me, but and it was like flashing into the CDs I was holding up. Real pain in the ass. So I'm happy to be doing this Sans Flash 4 video number 4. Thanks for checking out the other ones. I've gotten some good feedback from people. The first one was kind of awkward as I was feeling kind of bashful and embarrassed about what I was doing, I guess. If you do this kind of thing, you understand, I suppose. And I still am. You'll see me kind of like looking away. Anyways, so the reason I wanted to do this is because I felt like I've seen a lot of guys doing this kind of thing where they're going through their collection, their new stuff, but I feel like it just seems like they're only talking about the things that would be interesting to someone with autism. They're talking about how limited something is, what year it came out, who played guitar on it, and just like all the facts about it, and just like sharing everything but the art or the humanity of the records that they spend all their fucking money on. And I kind of think that I could offer some anecdotes, some humanity, and I really want to start to kind of bring to the foray of attention the art that's going into these things, because it's not just the clicky chunks that are going into these things. These records, even though we have thousands and thousands of them, are about real subjects, and there is art and stories in these things. So I kind of think that I can offer delving into that portion of things, and that I think that this movement of people doing this sorely lacks. So I think that's going to be kind of like my ongoing theme as we go into this in our metal journey together. Another thing about that I think I can offer that's kind of weird is that I'm not just into metal. I'm mostly into metal. So as we go through each and every one of my CDs, I hope we'll find ones that aren't metal and things that I like that aren't metal that you might like if you're curious about things outside of the metal realm. So you'll get to know what my taste is like outside and inside of the metal genre. So what we're listening to today is Messiah. This is a Swiss death metal band. They're pretty cool. They got some great albums out. This album is called Rotten Perish, and I was thinking about this the other day. It's a really strange title. It's spelled Rotten, P-E-R-I-S-H, that being like dying, perish, but also it's got a priest on it and angels, and I'm wondering, are they alluding to like a parish church, if you will? And also it kind of works on like a rotten pear kind of way. Really fucking weird. I don't know, that's just a thought that I had when I was driving around, not even listening to this the other day. That's the way my brain works. So, chunky death metal from the 90s. Check it out if you like what you hear. So, in my pile today, I don't know if this is in order, but who cares? This is a promo. Wait, this is a promo. No, I got rid of it. Okay. Yeah, this is Aeternus's Burning the Shroud. Where did I get this? I used to be friends with Mary Bialek she played in Mythic, that 90s death metal band. She also played in November's Doom for a while, and I ran into her, well, I met her at Milwaukee Metal Fest 99 or something, and she gave me a stack of CDs. She gave me a Primordial CD, which was the how I got into Primordial. She gave me a November's Doom CD, and it's pretty good. I like that band. And she gave me this, and this was a band that I was already into. This album is kind of good. The band started out really good, and I love a couple of their records, but then they started to get into kind of a guttural death metal-y kind of movement kind of thing. And I think this is kind of where I fall off with them. I want to say she also gave me this. This is another promo of their records right around that era too, where it's kind of like, alright, why did you abandon the black metal style? Because they were so fucking good. I think I have more Aeternus than just those two. I don't know. I don't know where they are. But anyway, we're going out of order here. So this is another fucking freebie. This, as I mentioned in my last video, Wayne from Golgotha used to send me just boxes of trash, and I sent him a couple boxes of trash. And this is just a CD that he sent me, and it's a pretty good album. It's a Dorior's Author of Incest, I believe it is. Really weird French blackened death metal band. I haven't listened to that in forever. But it doesn't take too much room in my collection, so I hang on to it. If you happen to have the jewel case without the CD, hit me up. I'd like to have it. Next we've got The Abyss, The Other Side, and Summon the Beast. I first heard of this band on Death Is Just the Beginning compilation that Nuclear Blast put out back around when these albums came out. And they were pretty good. This one is a lot better than this one, in my opinion. This is just like straightforward blasting black metal. It gets a little boring. But this record is really killer. I listen to this a couple times a year, over and over, and it never gets old. These are the members of Hypocrisy, just doing black metal, and not too hot on Hypocrisy. They're okay. I have a real tough time with Peter Tätgren's production job on a lot of albums that he wasn't on, but it works okay for these. This album, though, The Other Side by The Abyss, fucking rules. Except for, I believe there's a Celtic Frost cover. Yeah, Massacra. It just sticks out in the middle of the album. The album rules, and then you get to this fucking Celtic Frost cover that doesn't fit well at all with the album, and I don't understand why they sandwiched it in the middle. Probably because it sucked and they were trying to make you listen to it. But that's like the only caveat to that album. Next, I got Abyssic Hate. Are these guys sketchy? That's something I'm trying to avoid promoting on my channel, is fucking racist bands. Anyways, I don't want to get into that witch hunt, but this band is otherwise kind of boring. This album, though, is just like, as far as I'm concerned, the beginning of suicidal black metal, or depressive black metal. It's really slow, dirgy, minimalistic kind of stuff, but I like this record quite a bit. Next, I've got 2 CDs from a Canarus Quintet. This is the first EP, called As Tears. Came out on House of Kicks. They used to name labels really strangely back in the 90s. And then I've got The Only Pure Hate. And I fucking love this band. I really wish I had the Silence of the World Beyond. I think that might be their strongest material. This album is maybe a little more speedy and kind of a little more brutal than I wish it was, because they're just super melodic kind of stuff like Nightingales or In Flames or Dark Tranquillity, that kind of stuff. Totally right in line with those bands. And these guys get looked over quite a bit. This EP is really good too, from what I remember. It's been a while since I listened to it. But this is the No Fashion version, House of Kicks. They're kind of rare. That Silence of the World Beyond, though, goes for a pretty penny, and I'm not going to pony up for it anytime soon because I'm a cheap motherfucker. Okay, so we have our first non-metal release here in the lineage. This is a band called ABCs. I don't often listen to this very often, but I was friends with Josh Blair, the drummer of this, because Josh Blair played in a band called Orthrealm, which is an amazing act, and you might know Orthrealm because it's the solo project of the guitar player from Krallice, Mick Barr, who was also a friend of mine. And they came into town many years ago on tour with Thrones, and I put them up for the night and fed them and stuff, and then went to their show, and they just gave me a bunch of their stuff that I didn't even know existed. I had tried collecting like Orthrealm stuff up until that point, and I didn't even know he was in this band. But this is just kind of like instrumental math rock. It's really odd. It's been a long time since I listened to it, but it's been a long time since I talked to my friend Josh too. Back with the metal. I guess we'll just go. So this is Acheron, one of my favorite death metal bands. Just fucking straight meat and potatoes death metal. I really love these guys. No bullshit. Just fucking fuck God all the way. This is one of their newer albums. It's nothing really all that fancy. 2003's record. I think this guy is an Incantation. Can't think of his name right now. But yeah, this is a good record. I found it used at Half Price Books a couple years ago. This is Lex Talionis, Satanic Victory, on Blackened Records. And I think Tony Loreno plays on this one. No, he plays on another one. Anyways, I don't usually reach for this one, although it's pretty good. This is the one that I always reach for. Rites of the Black Mass. This album is a fucking classic. Check out those sweet dress shirts. Can you believe that? What a nicely dressed death metal band. So this is on JL America, Turbo USA. I also collect that label stuff. They do have some pretty shitty releases that I don't care about acquiring that much. But this record fucking rules. I saw these guys live in '97, I want to say. Anton Crowley just ripped up a Bible, set it on fire, threw it out into the crowd. I was in love. This is a compilation of Acheron's demos that Full Moon put out a couple of years ago, and it's really good. We acquired this in the distro that I used to be a part of a couple of years ago. It's good. It's worth picking up for a couple of bucks. This is Acheron's Those Who Have Risen CD, and I think this is actually the one that Tony Loreno plays drums on. Yeah. It's pretty good. I remember thinking that the keyboards are kind of a strange element to that album. And then this is the Anti-God, Antichrist album. Moribund put this out back in the day. And when I would say this is maybe the second best album by Acheron. But let me show you something in here. This is a contract to sign your soul over to Satan. Comes with the CD version of this. Haven't signed it yet. Still kind of on the fence, thinking about it. Think I'm good where I'm at, but if anybody wants to borrow that or get a copy of it, I'd be happy to help you out with that. Here is the next band. Acid Bath. I've got When the Kite String Pops and Pagan Terrorism Tactics. Both of these are killer albums. You know, I wish I listened to these as often as I used to. They're really good. I'm really surprised how well they've taken off. I got into them, I think, pretty early on in like '99 or so when they were still kicking. And yeah, it seems like a lot of people who aren't really into metal are kind of into these guys. And I guess I could kind of see it. There's kind of some similarities between like Alice in Chains, Soundgarden kind of stuff. But these songs are really great. They're just kind of not really brutal. It's not really all the way metal. It's not all that extreme. But great songwriting. Dax Riggs is an amazing songwriter. He went on to do some solo acoustic kind of / country stuff that's pretty cool. Last CD of the day. This is non-metal. This is The Advantage with... Fuck, I don't know. This might be self-titled, I suppose. But what this is the band I went and saw live on a whim a couple of years ago that came to town. They do math rock covers of Nintendo theme songs. And it's really good. They start off with Batman, which is the best 8-bit Nintendo game music ever. Fight me on that. They do Contra, Double Dragon 3, DuckTales, Metroid, Air Fortress, Bomberman 2, Castlevania, Solar Jetman, Goonies 2, Double Dragon, Castlevania 3, boss music, Mega Man 2, Castlevania, Woods. So if you want to hear a math rock band playing Nintendo theme song covers, this is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't listen to that all that often anymore. that's gonna do it for my collection update today. I was gonna talk about, I'm looking at ordering, man, I've been listening to the latest Chasm album from 2009. It's called Far Seeing the Paranormal Abysm. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, I downloaded the album. I'm just going to admit it. I download albums to check them out, and then I buy them if I like them. Otherwise, I don't know how I would find out about so much shit. Because I live in Iowa, and we don't have a whole lot of bands.